Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Port Charles 411. Today is part 2 of our fan spotlight with Kim Hudson. If you missed part 1, go back and listen to last week. There was nothing we could cut, so it's a two-parter.
That's how you know it's good.
A lot of good points. Right.
We could not cut any of it.
Yep. So not really a lot to say, but just enjoy our chat with Kim.
I feel like I could do this all day.
Everything. Yeah, I know. We really could, though. It's so much fun talking to other people, like, without, like, that never occurred to me about Faison being AI. But it makes so much sense. I mean, I made the joke about the Ninja Turtles, like, the brain dude, like, that was, like, you know, like, I made that joke, which I guess that's kind of the Ninja Turtles were ahead of their time. But
yeah, they could have the brain hooked up to a computer, and then it's just doing, I don't know what it could do, but... But I did like in your earlier interview, you talked about like doing forums and group chats. I was like, that could be so much fun to have, or like, I don't know how you do a watch party, but you know, if we know a big cliffhanger is coming up and get a bunch of people on to like kind of watch live. And I don't know how you do watch live anymore though, because the world is different.
There was some way of doing it. Because during COVID, when Josh Swickard's, was it the first movie or was it the second one that we did? We did like a Netflix watch party. I think 1 or 2 people showed up. I can't remember if we actually talked about it afterwards with the people or if it was like stuff like that, I think is easier to do. But I think that you're right. Like when it comes to the actual episode, it's because we talk about that all the time. There's so many times that I'm like, man, I wish we had been watching together and like actually recording. But then, I mean, even yesterday was preempted. So, you know, what do you do then? Because now we're going to be a day off for how long?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I don't know. And sometimes it's better to watch on your own too, because you might not want people to see how you react to things.
I mean, you guys would not have been wanting to watch like some of these funerals with me because
Oh yeah.
I ugly cry hard. You think I cry a lot on the show? I mean,
no, I was good with Bobby until the reporter walked away from Lucas and called him his nickname, and I was like, oh no. No. Well, I'm excited to see what happens with Faison. I want it to be done well, though, because I don't want the people who are excited about it to get, disappointed, especially your husband, Shannon. I know that he's got a lot riding on this, and I can't wait to hear him talk about Faison. That's going to be a fun one.
Yes.
I think that's why he also left a couple years ago. Like the last time that Faison was on was, I think that the actor didn't care for what was going on. So it's like interesting that we're really bringing him up so much now. And I know that like there's been the whole like online, maybe it's Peter August and everything. And it's like, what? Like, that's the one thing that drives us crazy, I think, is when they undo decades of legacy with one choice like that.
Right. It was never this. It was always this. And it's like, wait, but no, you can't do that. It's not fair. Yeah.
So,
all right.
I don't know.
This was so much fun.
This was fun.
It was.
We could do it again. I still have that. I didn't want to bring it up because I want you guys to have it if you need it. But that whole Lucy write-up, I think if somebody's got a sick day or something happened to recording, you guys can always pull that out and use it and have at it, have fun with it. I can even send you an updated one because I think it was like 2 years ago. So Lucy's done a few more things since then. But I like the idea of providing you guys with material if you ever need it to just, okay, now we can just sit and read this. We don't have to look anything up. So.
And likewise, though, like if you ever want to be the one to read it to us, like that was so much fun listening to Blackie and Lou being told to us because we hadn't really
I wasn't,
watched it.
No, I knew Blackie was in jail. Like I thought he was still in jail. I didn't know, and I didn't know why.
Exactly. We knew that he got out just because the 50th, because he was supposed to be there, and then that's why Jack Wagner was there, and but
Yeah, well, anytime. Let me know if you have a hole in your schedule and you're like, hey, read this to us. I will be here and I can read it. I'll kick all the pets out of the room.
No, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that because I think that, especially where she hasn't been on a ton lately, maybe we should do that relatively soon because that'd be just something we could
like a refresher.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you, because she is one of those characters where she's like not there, and then she's there, and big things happen, and people might be like, "What? Well, who is this? Why is she doing this?" And it was like, "Oh, you don't know about Lucy? Well, let me tell you," because that's one of my earliest GIH remembering her like being on the stand with her glasses and her hair up, and then you go to her apartment and she's wearing like, you know, like this mini skirt and her hair. And I was like, "What is this lady doing?" Because I was way too young to. Like the things I watched when I was little, like I remember Bobby going to Florida to rescue her foster kids, and she was like undercover as a sex worker, and she had on a black wig, and I was like, what? I didn't know who this lady, what that job meant, and I didn't understand what she was doing with that man, and I was watching the whole thing. So
right, but I think that's the thing though, is that we had no idea what we were watching.
Oh no, I did not.
It was entertaining enough. You're like, oh, she's dressed funny,
She sure is pushing her face on that man's face. What is that? But like, I think about that now. My mom is so like conservative and like proper, and the fact that she just would be like folding laundry whenever, and I was sitting on the floor, my eyes wide open, watching all this stuff on General Hospital, and she didn't even think about it. Didn't think about it. And now, when my kid was little, I was like, oh no, this, they pulled that guy's pants down in a cartoon. He can't watch that. Like, I was so protective of him. And I was just like, here, sit here, watch this, be quiet. It's like, all right.
Right. Yeah.
That's like the movies we got to watch too, though. Like the cursing in the movies from the 80s. Like, I'm like, here, let's rewatch this. I loved this show when I was little. And then they start talking. And I'm like, oh my gosh,
no.
Don't say any of their words.
It's because we watched it tape off of TBS, though, so it's like all the cursing and all that. Because, that's how I watched Grease. It was a taped off of TBS version. And then when it came out with the 25th anniversary, I think it was, I was in high school and I went to the movie theater and I took my little sister with me, like baby, who was 10 years younger than me. And when I found out what kind of a wagon the Grease Lightning was, I'm like, TBS did not tell me that.
No, they did not.
No.
They did not.
But I'm pretty sure my mom knew, and she still let me take my 7-8-year-old sister to go see it. So
it's funny, the amnesia. I think that it also. My mom was a young mom. She had other kids, and like a moment of quiet is worth it. And you don't understand what you're seeing anyways. And like, no, I didn't back then. I do now, and I do have a lot of questions about that choice. But it's and also the soaps were. I feel like they were different back then. Like there was some wild stuff that I don't think we would put on TV anymore. I think what's okay is a lot different now. Like what Anna went through when Olivia was coming after her and falling in the elevator and losing her baby and then going to jail and then getting she got jumped in jail. I was like, I don't think they would do this to a woman on TV anymore. I just don't think that would happen. So we were watching stuff that was like a little bit more extreme too than what kids would be watching now. If they were watching, kids don't even watch TV anymore. Like, I don't know what kids watch. Just watch YouTube, I guess, but it's not like it was.
But it was also slowed down back then. Now we speed everything up. So it's like we would be told that stuff happened, but we would not have watched it. So it's like, yes, the storyline would have been there, but that would have been like the Friday cliffhanger would have been her getting jumped, and then Monday we get the whole story. So it's only like 5 seconds instead of probably 5 days. Where
Yep. And I think they have to speed things up now because we're just a faster society and people have such short attention spans and they want the instant gratification of knowing the answers. And, so when I see fans get frustrated with like how long the Who Shot Drew thing took, it's like, if this was 20 years ago, it would be years. We would be years and years trying to figure out who shot Drew. It would just go on forever. They would have a new Drew before we had a new answer. So this went pretty fast as far as those kinds of things go. Yeah, it was very different.
And in real life, the trial wouldn't have even started yet.
Oh, I know. No. That's what's so crazy is people getting arrested and going directly to court. And it's like, no. This would take a very long time. The wheels of justice are in real life are much slower than on GH, which I mean, good for them. Good for Port Charles. Yeah. They might not thoroughly investigate all the crimes properly. No one found out who shot Jagger. We're all just okay with that now. But we got Willow in and out of jail real fast. So
that's because it was the wrong Jagger. If it would have been the right Jagger, everyone would have cared. We would still be investigating. But with the wrong Jagger, everyone was like, yeah, he's dead. That's fine.
You would have found the studio. You would have busted in. I'm solving this crime.
That's right. That's right. I created a new character, whether you like it or not.
That's well, maybe that's the walk-on that you guys get at some point, is you get to be crime scene investigators or something. Instead of background at the nurse's ball, you'll be back there on your knees with like a little baggie and tweezers, and you're picking up clues.
That'd be awesome. Well, we could just be on the jury. We could just be in the jury.
Because they always angle it so there's maybe 2 people you see, and you're like, no, there's 12 people. Don't worry about it. There's 12 people. And it's like, I don't think there are. But that would be a lot of fun.
The over-the-shoulder shots could be between our shoulders. Dibs on Foreman. Thank you.
Well, I think the problem would be if they did turn the camera around, the 2 of you would be whispering to each other. So Justine would have to be like, excuse me, jury, you have to stop giggling.
True.
You can be the foreman. I want to be the juror they try to buy off to get it to go their way.
Jason's in the hallway handing you an envelope.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, it's Girl Scout cookie money. What are you guys talking about? This is
right. Yes. Perfect.
Oh, that was one. I did not like any of the Justine Sunny stuff, but I was really hoping, and this is just me being, a crazy viewer, but I was really hoping that like Kristina and Justine, like something might happen there, because that would throw Sunny off a bit, because that's not his plan. He's got a plan, a very slow plan, but he's got a plan. And then if Kristina and Justine start flirting with each other, that would ruin, like Sunny's going to be like, oh no, I got to stop this. But he also doesn't want to interfere in her life and make her unhappy. So that would be an interesting complication.
That would.
Oh, she was telling Molly about it though, but she was telling Molly that, but yeah, I mean, she's on to him. She's not interested in him. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And I think, I feel bad for Kristina because she was fun with the Rick in the basement stuff. And, she cut Ava's brakes, and I'm glad Ava didn't get hurt. But that was all fun. That was fun storyline. But now she's just kind of talking to Michael, talking to Sunny, talking to Molly. She's gotten in that rut, and it's like, and maybe it's because she's directing now, so maybe it's harder for her to be in the scenes, but I want to see her get up to some nonsense again, and maybe some romantic nonsense would be fun for her.
Shouldn't she be looking for a new job? Like her bar burned out.
She got kicked out of her own nonprofit. The nonprofit kicked her out, and
her bar burned down. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is she doing?
You know what this is actually a good time for? This is a good time for her to work for Sunny. And we've all been kind of waiting for who's next, who's coming up. She can start on the legitimate side, helping manage the coffee business, et cetera.
Well, she did.
Tow trucks, whatever
She was a manager for Perks. She was manager for Perks.
She could manage shipping stuff. She could be answering. And then all of a sudden, Sunny needs somebody to do the illegal fireworks. Like, we don't know, whatever it is Sunny does. And he finds out that she actually has a knack for it, and she can be tough, and she can be a little ruthless. Maybe she's the next Dawn,
that would be awesome.
I would love to see that. I can see her handling it when she
needs to get control of her emotions, though. But she needs to get control of her emotions.
And maybe that's where she goes to therapy and also runs the mob. Like she.
Yes, go to therapy to improve your mental health. Come out as a mob boss.
Yep. Because when she got that look on her face where she was going to go take Jagger out, that dark look she got, I was like, oh, that's a mob boss right there. That's someone who can do some tough stuff. And then nothing happened. But I think now is the time. Sunny really, he's slowing down. It's time for him to step back and hand the reins over. And Jason can't do it because he said, I have a son. I have to protect him. Let's get Kristina in there.
I love that.
That would be good, except for I don't think she'll do it because Sam's gone. And she would not do that to Alexis.
Yeah, that's true. Although Alexis...
I liked all of that until I thought of that. Because
Alexis has been Sunny's lawyer in the past. That's actually how we got Kristina.
yes, it is.
I think Alexis has that dark streak in her. She, claims to be like honest, and I got my law license back and I'm going to be on the side of right and everything. But we all know Alexis will do some fishy bit. She'll push a guy off a balcony. She will dress up like a butler to see her kid when she's not supposed to. I could see her being Kristina's mob lawyer, like a mother-daughter mob situation. All ladies, all lady mob. Let's get her with Mrs. Wu. It's all ladies. We got big burly ladies beating people up in the alley outside of Bobby's. It's like that's my mob.
I like it. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, maybe the writers that you guys think are listening will hear that.
Dear writers, nobody wrote in about offering me. Oh, that's because it hasn't released yet. Never mind. So on our interview tomorrow with Rena Sofer, I was like, I still want the painting. I'm like, and here's our email address. And I was like, oh, no one's written in yet. Yeah, that's because the episode releases tomorrow. Not.
I'll listen, but did you talk to her about jumping out of that cake? Because that is a scene that's like burned in my memories when she comes out of Ned's birthday cake. And it was, oh my gosh.
Real quick, but not like, we didn't talk about it in detail. Okay. We just talked about, I think the only time that actually got mentioned, we were talking about, because she was only on for 4 years.
I know, it's crazy. It feels like she was a legacy character. And then you look back and you're like, no, it was just a little bit of time. And then there was a replacement, which, we don't talk about that.
But really, what makes a legacy character? Like, is it longevity or is it like the actual impact? Or
storyline impact. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I think that we very quickly assume length, but then it's like people have been on and off for years, but they're not necessarily as impactful. But I mean, it's like Lois is burned in your brain. And especially where she was only on for 4 years. And then when she came back and she was recast and nobody liked it.
Right. Well, and I think too, because she's one of those, and I'd put her in a category with maybe like Spinelli and even Cody, where she was different. She had a different way of talking, a different look. She wasn't like a stereotypical soap person. And those people, I think, can capture your heart in a way because they're a little oddball, they're unique, and you get to love them. And even if they're not there for a long, long time, they still stick in your memory. Like, I'll never forget her nails. I'll never forget her coming out of that cake. I mean, it's just unforgettable writing and character development. And that's why we keep coming back to the show.
Right. But I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but I feel like there's people who have been on for a long time or even longer than those 4 years that we would not even think about. Well, like Finn. I don't know. I love Michael Easton, but I don't feel like that's a legacy character.
No. No. I think Lois came from her authenticity. Like the friendship with Brenda, that was real. That wasn't just the characters. You could see it. And then the love story with Ned, like that was really them falling in love. And that came across the screen.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's probably Frisco and Felicia too, like that storyline where the actors were falling in love with the characters too. And because Frisco, if you think about like long term, he wasn't even on the show for that long, but boy, was he made an impression and he changed things in the story. So that, that's a good explanation of what happens. It's also what's going on with the actors at the time. And the Felicia and Frisco wedding in my mind is like my Luke and Laura. Like I remember watching that and being like, I want to be a princess on my wedding day. She looks so beautiful. That moment where you hear the police sirens in the background and she has that look on her face. It's like, oh no, this is my reality. Like something bad could happen. And then they go on with it anyways. And it's like, oh, that's really beautiful. Yeah. I can see that. See, mine is my big wedding is the Lucy Allen one. I remember. Oh, and then Sean and Tiffany. I remember watching that. I remember her crazy family. I remember calling her by her real name and during the ceremony. And then I also remember Lucy in the red dress and the the big hat and everything. So those are my touchstone weddings were those two. I remember the red hat, but I think I was like the age that I was starting to understand it, but not really understanding it. And I didn't get, like, I got that it was absurd, but I didn't get it why it was that funny. Like, I didn't understand the whole backstory. But now watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it was beyond ridiculous. It was big swings. I think that was the other thing too, is the past that they took these bigger swings to do something silly, maybe because the stories went on so long that they would put in something like that red hat
Yeah.
to kind of shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Good
So many good
times.
questions. I feel like that's a really good thing to get mass feedback on is what makes a legacy character.
Yeah.
You know, that's because it's probably also different opinions too.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I'm sure there are some people who would think of maybe Lulu as a legacy character. And, you know,
I wouldn't.
I don't know if I would. I would say Maxie for sure. I think
Yes.
Maxie's definitely had huge impact on storylines from BJ's Heart through, you know, the text message killer. Like there's a lot of things that were big Maxie moments that affected the whole show.
Right.
Whereas Lulu kind of is often in her own corner of the show unless she's sticking her nose into other people's corners. And I can't believe she didn't get slapped this last year. Like, I know people were like, oh, she's been in a coma. But oh my gosh, just the fact that she walked away from all the stuff she did with Gio in one piece is
Right.
amazing. She was the bad guy in that situation.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's who Dante should be mad at.
Yeah.
Nobody else. Shouldn't be mad at anybody
That's
else.
who Gio should be mad at. I mean, she blew up his life. I mean, at least
Yeah.
Brooklyn and Dante are now adults. And yes, Gio is now an adult, but they were younger when they made those decisions.
Mhm.
Well,
Very
Brooklyn
young.
was younger when she made the
Yes.
decision. But yeah, like Gio was way, way, way too forgiving on,
yeah.
oh, I get why you did it. Do you?
No.
Do you?
No.
Like,
No, Gio is kind of the sweet dumb baby in the way that Cody can be sometimes, where you're just like, oh no, somebody smarter needs to come along and take you by the shoulders and shake you a little bit and show you. And so it's good that he's matched up with Emma. Cody has Molly, like these pretty, very handsome young men who maybe aren't the smartest. They need really smart women to keep them in line. And so I was worried, like I think you guys were, that maybe something Lulu and Gio, like it was getting a little weird, and it's like, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't. And then they didn't, and it's like, okay, phew. All right, that was like, I feel like that was a close call where we might have had a like boy next door situation, and we don't want that.
kind of what they're doing with Carly and Valentine, though, too. I think that they put in those couple little sparks to see what everyone's initial reaction was, and
I'm all
maybe
for it.
see
Not
where
in
it
that,
goes from there.
not in that attic, somewhere else, but I'm all for it. Like I want to see them have a Luke and Laura on the run adventure. Like we haven't had an on the run adventure in a long time, and couples on the run. I mean, maybe not since Britt and Jason. Like a couple on the run. Let's go. Valentine and Carly take off on a sea-doo across the lake. I don't know. Go to Canada.
You mean they're going to surf those waves of Lake
Surf,
Erie?
just
I mean,
like-
okay, so Lake Erie does have waves. So, I mean, there is that. And I do think people surf them, but not in the little... You're not in your backyard in upstate New York. No.
Running up on the beach with a surfboard.
No. Oh man, why did we? I don't think we had the category yet. The most ridiculous, like the most, what the heck? Like you don't surf in your backyard in upstate New York.
Well, I was a little nervous about that Danny and Charlotte on that like motorbike going through the woods. Like I hope that's a wide, clear, flat path, because I saw that and I was like, oh, someone's going to end up in the hospital. Like someone's going to break a shoulder or something, because that's a disaster waiting to happen. I guess he went real slow.
That was my initial reaction. I definitely thought that it was going to be Charlotte was going to get hurt and Drew was going to have more of a he is reckless, that could have been Scout. I'm totally right in what I was thinking for. Although, did you guys realize when he took Scout home from camp that it was that kind of a bike? I thought it was a bicycle.
I think he said bicycle. I can't believe he would have done that. There's no way Danny would have done that. Danny's too smart. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he would.
They didn't grow up in the 80s like we did, where you actually sat on the handlebars of a bicycle without a helmet on, or had the pegs on the back wheel, but I think that we're supposed to expect that that's the kind of bike, though, that he brought Scout home on.
I can't imagine that. I think everyone would have been more upset with him. But it's funny, after that episode, I saw people on Reddit were asking, are Danny and Charlotte related at all? And people were trying to figure out, can this happen? What's the family tree? Does it cross?
That was my first thought too. Like, wait a second. Nope, they're not related. They're not. Nope. They can go. They're
can't
okay.
Cross any more than Sam and Dante's did, and that worked out sort of. So. But that is the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, are you figuring it out? Oh no.
Well, no, because no. I was thinking like
Danny
if
and
Valentine
Jason?
and Carly were
Uh-huh.
to get together, that is Danny's dad's best friend, but that's
Right, that's not
it.
that's not. And
Yeah.
and Curly and Valentine are separate, and there's nothing there either. So
They are
that's
absolutely separate.
as
Yep.
far as we know. Although every once in a while they'll be like, "Oh, hey, Cody, you're Mac's son," and then it's like, "Oh, wait, you just messed up all this stuff by doing that, and now he should not be making out with Sasha." And that ruins that, which I thought was like such a good. They were building a really interesting story there, and then they make him Mac's son and her Robert's daughter, and it's like, oh no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. And then they have to like tell us nothing happened because a lot of people thought something had happened already and were very disgusted.
Well, because
Right.
it had. When it happened, it had
Uh-huh.
happened.
They had
But
to,
then we just changed. Oh, no, they actually did just take a nap that day. Sure.
Yeah. Because they have in the past, I think it was like One Life to Live, maybe, or All My Children did have a storyline where someone found out they were somebody's dad and they were in a relationship.
Oh.
I'd have to Google it. I'm not going to because I don't want that in my search. But I think that that's happened, but I don't think they would do that now. That's something they might try to do, back in the 80s or 90s, but I don't think they would do that now because people would lose their minds.
Yeah.
That's gross.
And Trina, we know that they never really addressed the Stella DNA thing anymore.
No, that just
Because that's
she
how
had
we
a
thought it was
relative.
going to connect.
Yep.
Yeah.
It disappeared, and then we have no idea. Remember how when Trina first came on, for a long time, she was just this girl floating around, and she had no people, and then all of a sudden she got people. Kai is a guy. Kai had major surgery, and his family was not there. Like, who are Kai's people? Are we finally going to get the wards? Is that a thing where we could, through Kai, finally get the Ward family back? But then are the wards related? No, wards aren't related to, no, because... trying to remember all my family tree stuff because
what
Taggart's
if
not
Kai
related
is Keisha's
right
son?
because Taggart is not a ward, right? Taggart
correct
dated one of the wards, maybe
he dated Keisha.
Okay, so as long as Kai isn't Taggart,
God, no. No, because he was faithful to Portia. He was faithful to his wife. So yes.
Yeah, and that's another character that walked into an elevator and we never saw him again. And he's definitely, I would consider, a legacy character. It is a shame he's not there. He should come back, and he can come back and be like, oh my God, I didn't realize you were my cousin Kai. Here we are. Let's go. I don't know. Or something, or like, I used to date your aunt, or I used to date your mom, or whatever it is. But, that was such a great group of people and interesting stories with that. And it's old Port Charles history, but it also could be made fresh and new because it's been such a long time. I would love to see that come back in.
Yeah. The Ward family was awesome.
Oh, Justice, when they killed Justice off, that's another one where it's like, don't do that. Have him go away so he can come back, but don't stick him in a trunk. Like, that's it. I mean, I guess it isn't really it because Nathan, but I'd love to see something more interesting with Kai other than just Trina's boyfriend and Drew's errand boy or whatever he is.
Right.
Taggart dated Keisha, didn't he? Because it's not showing up on her.
He dated whoever the DA was for a while.
That was Hannah Scott. That was Jonathan Jackson's wife.
No, before her, there was another woman who was always like when the kind of Jason was newly Jason Morgan, there was a female DA, and she was like real tough. Dara. Yes, because she was in the Jailhouse Rock.
Yes.
Okay. So he dated her, and I think she dated Justice, and I think she dated Taggart, but she's not a ward.
Right.
So. She is not, but she could still be. Kai could still be Keisha's.
Yeah. Bring her back.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Bring her, and that's something that could be a recast. It's been a long time. That could be a recast.
Right. Yes.
I think we'd be okay with it. But I Kai is just kind of there. He's just there, and he's not bad. Seems like a nice young man. Whatever. But just let's do something interesting with him. Let's give him more to do. And I think he's gonna probably not be working for Drew much longer. So just one last week.
Didn't his parents come up for the surgery, but then they left
I don't
right
count that 'cause
before
they didn't
it?
show
I mean,
him.
they were like a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't show him. I don't count it. So
They
they
could
weren't there.
absolutely change it all.
Yeah, yeah. There could be some strain there. Maybe somebody's been in prison and gets out. Maybe someone's been deployed overseas and maybe his dad was a failed football player and is frustrated with there's a lot of things they could do, but they just need to do something because I think people complain about Kyle Time being boring. And it's like, yeah, because they haven't given him anything. And I think the actor can handle it. He's like the guy who plays Gio. They've gotten so much better in the time they've been on the show. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like soap opera acting is a real boot camp because it's so much work every day that they can't help but get better. And I think Kai's gotten a lot better on screen. So let's give him more meat. Let's give him something tougher to do.
Yeah. I like that turn that his dad, because then you could see like the frustration where he's, what do you mean you're not going back to football? That's what I thought, that's why you went to this college and stuff like that.
Or even I got hurt playing football. I didn't want you to play football. And then you got hurt and I told you so. And now we're strained or, whatever.
Now you lost your scholarship and now we're in financial ruin because now we have to pay for your college instead of Ooh.
Yeah. And who knows how much PCU costs. I'm like, I don't know if Gio's going to be able to, Gio's going to have to kick out a loan or something if he's not going to get a scholarship back.
It's probably the same sliding scale as Cafe Sherry.
Oh, yeah.
You could wear jeans and sneakers, or you could wear buy a $2,000 meal. Who knows?
I got such a laugh when her solution to realizing they couldn't pay was to order more food so they could distract the waiter and get out. It's like, it's already so bad. I'll just make it worse and then we'll run away. I was like, yes, Britt, that's how you solve problems. Very good.
Just chug your water and say that you want more water. Like, I know. Can we have some more bread?
Yeah. So this has gold in it. Let's get that. Take your time. And then run away. It's like, what if you guys both went to the bathroom? You could just leave that way. I've never run out on a bill, but I could figure out a few ways to do it if I had to, if it was an emergency.
Without making it worse, yes.
Right. Brad, you pretend you're choking. I'll call an ambulance. We'll get out of here. It'll be fine.
Okay, we're just going to remember to our listeners that we are not giving any of this advice.
Oh, no.
If you do this is on you. This is on you, not on us.
Real fast. I mean, Chase was right there with the warrant to haul them in immediately. So, you can't.
With all the cameras and everything now, like, why?
Oh, yeah.
It amazes me how people still try to do stuff.
Well, in all the cameras now, but Willow still can sneak around moving Daisy from room to room, and Willow can shoot Drew, and none of those things get caught on camera. I mean, between the Quartermain house and Carly's house, there was no camera to catch Danny and Charlotte. Come on.
Right.
There's cameras everywhere, only when they need them. And then when they don't need them, there are no cameras, and it's very convenient. So...
But it made sense how Willow got away with it because she knew where they were. Probably the same thing with Danny. Jason's probably made sure that Danny knows where the cameras are. But I wonder if now that Willow has been found not guilty, that Michael is going to look more into everything with Sasha and
I would hope
because
so.
He's going to have to fight for custody hardcore now.
Right. And what she did, like at the house, that's one thing. What she did at the hospital, that was a huge violation of rules to mess with a baby at the hospital. Like that definitely should be looked into, and that should be on camera. You would think General Hospital, there's got to be cameras,
right?
So.
Especially in the nursery.
Oh yeah. I mean, even back in 2008 when I had my baby, they put that thing on your wrist. They put the thing on the baby. They show you these two match. Check it. And they checked it every time they came in the room. I was not leaving with anybody else's baby. So, but she just walked in there and like scooped Daisy up and just put her somewhere else.
Right.
Well, and why they didn't think about the fact the only one that could do that would be an employee.
Yeah. I mean, who else is getting in that nursery?
That didn't get.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, the problem has been with that whole story was that everyone assumes Willow is a sweet, good person. Once people start to see, oh, she could do this, she could do that, and you take away that mask, then you can see all the things she could possibly do and all the crimes maybe she has Scott. Like, we don't know. she could be the DVX. She could be doing something to Drew to make him act this way, and we'll have no idea.
True.
It could be her.
Oh,
It could all be, it could have been Willow all along. Every single thing happening.
she could have
for
been
Charles.
poisoning him and it's altering his
Yep.
personality.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, we've heard a lot. You and I think, are both Dateline fans.
Mhm.
I've listened to enough Dateline podcasts to know you can do stuff and you can do it long term. If no one thinks you're suspicious, you can get away with a lot of stuff for a while. You just need one person to kind of see through your facade, and then the game's up.
Well, especially where she grew up in a cult.
That people keep forgetting that. I mean, now it came up in the trial, but it's like, no, Willow's been through it and she's been in some weird situations. You guys should stop thinking of her as the sweet nurse who had leukemia and start thinking of her as the girl who survived a cult, because that's who she
Right, but
really
I think
is.
that's why they forget about it, though, is because she voluntarily left. She got out of there. She
Yeah.
changed her name. She,
Yeah.
changed her life around and everything. So it's probably the assumption is she's not going to do it because she escaped it. But now she's in a desperate situation.
Mm-hmm. And you have people like
And-
Chase who refuse to see the truth. But then you have Nina, who, even if I think that Nina will see the truth and be like, I'm all in anyways. I will do whatever I
Yes.
can to protect you, even if you're the worst possible person in the world. Nina will
Yeah.
fight to the death for her. And that's what I like about Nina, is that she has a strict moral code. It's just the morals of Nina's going to do what Nina wants to do. And that's it.
I think that her only limitation to that would be if Willow's actions were hurting the kids.
Yeah, if it's about Wiley and Amelia, then I could see her being like, okay, we got to pull back a little bit. But
Yeah.
if it comes to she walks in and Willow's done something terrible to Drew, let's Thelma and Louise get in the car, let's go, and
Yep.
go to Pennsylvania, go over the river, hide out.
She'd probably even take the fall for Willow.
Oh, 100.
Yeah.
Well, she was willing to
She
lie
tried.
with alibi. She would definitely go to prison she's been to prison before. She knows she can get out if she needs to. She'll do it. That's one person, like, if I think about like one last thought about GH is that I miss Roger Haworth so much. And I've gone back and watched him as, I'm blanking on the name right now, the artist, Franco. And that storyline, to take him from walking in with the blonde hair, being crazy Franco, trying to like apologize for all this stuff, to being basically one of the best relationships Elizabeth has ever had.
Mhm.
And then they kill him off and then bring him back immediately as this very wishy-washy, nothing character it's so disappointing and sad, because he was another one of those like oddball weirdos that you kind of love but kind of get annoyed by, and we need more of that, I think. And so I'm always holding out hope that if anybody comes back from the dead, it'll be Franco. I don't know how they could do it, but I miss him. I know he's on another soap now too, but I loved him on One Life to Live.
Mhm.
He was a terrible person, but he was fun to watch. And I would always hope that would be the One Life to Live like crossover that's stuck. Like, he comes back, takes over a newspaper, maybe Blair comes back too. I don't know, but I miss Roger being on the show.
Yeah. Well, I loved Todd Manning and Carly. That was, and John McBain and Sam. Like, they were so good. And,
yes.
And I think it's just Michael Easton and Sam. Like, they work because they also worked as Silas and Sam. You know, like,
they were
fantastic.
on Port Charles when he was a vampire, and she was Livy, and she was. Did you know that she was Kevin's daughter?
Yes.
That Livy is Kevin's. That's so weird.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Oh, that's another 411 we can do. The kids we don't talk about. So, like, Anna's
Serena,
because Anna Devane had a daughter with
her daughter on
David Hayward. And that was that character, not just Okay,
Monica.
There's another one.
Dawn.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep. There's a lot of.
We even talked about that though. Why did we talk about we had talked about her during something else.
It was
when
the
Monica dies.
Yeah, it was the Monica deep dive. She comes up because Dawn and Ned end up getting together.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a whole thing. And the 1988 is when what I started watching was Monica goes to the spa and meets Ned.
Mm.
It's a different Ned, so you kind of feel okay, but it wasn't just a fling. He was obsessed with her. He moves back to Port Charles. He moves into he's into the mansion. He's constantly trying to get her alone, constantly talking about his feelings, and he loves her, and he's obsessed with her, and she's so annoyed with him and so over it. And she's like, you are a pest. You are a brat. Get away from me. And he loved her. And they walked away from that over the years to where that time where he tells Brooklyn, by the way, do you know? And she's like, yes, don't tell me. I don't want to talk about it. Like, he loved her. Ned was in love with Monica. It wasn't just a fling. And they don't talk about that because, I mean, what could you say?
Right.
But it was a different guy, like you said. Like, it makes it so much easier when they do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but yeah, the missing kids thing that's a big hole in the, like, Serena is a big part of the story. Mm-hmm. She is Cody's sister.
Right.
Yeah.
Cody has a sister. Does he know has anybody ever mentioned to him that he has a sister? I mean, I've never heard it.
Well, no.
I mean, he knows he has a dad.
Mm-mm.
I feel like she was mentioned. I think that Lucy said something about her.
Lucy mentioned
it came out about Cody, but I don't. But you're right. Like, I don't think it was even. Oh, I told Serena she has a brother. You know, because I mean, they did at least address Robin finding out about Sasha.
Right. And that's another thing where if you're looking for characters to come in and shake things up, a Serena coming in would be interesting.
Yes.
Like, she's got that same kind of save the world mentality that Emma has. So that would be an issue, like, bring her in as a visiting professor of ethics or something and have her interact with people. Maybe she knows who Sidwell is and she's been fighting the things he does and then finds out Lucy's dating him. And, you know, what is she going to say about that? But there's a lot of, like, back burner past characters that you could bring in to shake storylines up that I think would be interesting. Like, I like Isaiah, but you know, who is he? What is he doing other than sleeping with Portia and stitching up kids every once in a while? He's not really doing anything. And again, we have all these great characters too with a lot of potential. They're just kind of hanging out in the hall. Like, let's do something. So
yeah, I feel bad for him because I mean, he's kind of a casualty of an unfortunate, you know, but lucky leaving. Because I feel like that there was probably so much more written and in ideas, but like Lucky leaving I felt like that was a very abrupt decision that they wound up having to do.
But he knows, like, he's had experience with Sidwell. Why is Brendan not talking to Isaiah? Hey, what did you see at the compound? Who do you know would use him? And it's like, oh, can we use you? You're a doctor. Is there anything you can do to, like, talk to, you know, Lucas, visit him at the house? Like, you know, let's get this guy in there.
Isaiah is a transplant surgeon. He knows about Faison. But at the same time, why would he be okay with that, considering that if he's like best friends with Lucky, he knows what Faison did to Lucky's family. So
they tell him there's this nice older man, this professor, and his brain fell out, and we need to put it back in. But I mean, really,
and Isaiah's just telling Lucky, "Oh, I just replaced a brain last week. It's okay."
The craziest thing happened at work the other day. I had to put somebody's brain back in. It worked, and the guy like woke up, asked for a cigar. It was weird. He was talking about Hannah.
Won't that be crazy though? If Isaiah knows something,
there's got to be more to Isaiah than just hanging out with Portia. And there's it's got to be more to Kai than hanging out with Trina. There's got to be more to some of these characters. Let's like make room in it for that. Like now, especially now that we've gotten through the Who Shot Drew thing, now we have some space maybe to explore some other stories. And that's when I think the show is also popping, is when it's not just one story taking over the whole show, but when there's a lot of little stories that aren't necessarily connected happening where everyone's got something to do. And I think that makes it more fun because there's no boring parts. You're not like, oh, I could go to the bathroom because Isaiah's on screen. Like you don't want to miss it. And they need to have it so that there's all these parts you don't want to miss. No. But maybe someone's listening, and if we see over Isaiah's shoulder, he's Googling how to put in a brain, then we'll know.
Right?
He's asking ChatGPT, hey, how do you do this?
Can you put brain back in?
Now I just want to know. Hold on.
Oh,
I don't think
I want to know what ChatGPT is going to say. Hold on.
Right. Has there ever been a successful...
It's going to reply, stand by as we contact the FBI.
Did you guys take someone's brain?
You can't transplant a human brain the way you can transplant a heart or kidney. Why not? The brain is you, in quotations. Your memories, personality, skills, and consciousness are stored in the brain. I mean, ChatGPT is straight up telling me why you cannot. What is done today, though? The real life related surgeries, brain tissue transplant in small pieces, head transplant attempts.
No.
Theoretical and experimental. Some surgeons have proposed it, but it has not been successfully done in a way that produces a living, functional person. Bottom line is, a full brain transplant isn't currently possible with modern medicine. If you want, I can explain what would theoretically happen in a step-by-step cool sci-fi version, or what the closest medical equivalent is today, like deep brain stimulation or neural interfaces.
No, I think we're about to get that sci-fi version on General Hospital. So that's
right.
I mean, we've deep frozen people. We've brought them back to life. Maybe this is the Cassadine connection we've all been kind of supposing is going to happen because it's all happening on Spoon Island. Maybe there was some kind of deep freeze brain tube they've been in, and I don't know, but it can't be a new brain in Faison's old head because then he'd be a different person. So that's why I think his brain is in Nathan's head. I don't really think that, but that would be my guess. So, but I don't know. If Nathan starts asking a lot of questions about where's Anna, that kind of thing. Is she single? Does she still hate Faison?
Right. So does she ever talk about my dad?
Yeah. Did she ever ask about me? I mean, Faison.
Right. Oh, that's crazy.
No, it's something to look forward to.
So much fun.
It was so fun. It was hard getting like the rhythms of not talking over each other, and I hope I'm not too loud on the mic, and so I hope that the recording's good.
Oh, you're totally going to be fine. And we do that all the time where it's difficult because there's a delay all the time on Zoom. So
do you guys miss being together on the couch?
We're getting back to being in person.
Yay!
So yay, it's been like 2 years, but we're getting back to the couch. I think that Fridays, though, that's just much easier to do on Zoom, no matter what, just because
we're tired.
Right. She was going to come over today, and then it's like, it's 10 degrees outside. How about we just stay in our houses?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
When the pool opens up, I'll conveniently be making that trip every single week.
Well, I mean, it'll be lighter out.
If you want to do a fan get together at the pool in the summer, let us know.
Okay.
Your first fan event could be all of us coming to your pool.
There we go. It's a nice pool, but it's not anything to fly up here for. But I mean, you're more than welcome.
Sure. Why not? Yeah.
All right. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you so much. And thank you so much again for your patience. I'm sorry that it took us so long since Esme died.
Gosh, no, we had a lot more to talk about because it took so long. So that's good. And I'm excited. I mean, I loved the Lucky Deep Dive. And we had to do Bobby justice, had to go through that whole thing. She did so much, but it's fun to get back to the fan stuff and hearing why other people love the show, and knowing that I'm not the only, reality check. Other people watch it, other people love it, and we're all normal people.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you guys. This was so much fun.
Thank you. This was awesome.
All right. Well, and I can't wait to listen tomorrow to the Rena Sofer.
Rena.
Yay. Yes. So exciting. All right.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. I love her.
I know. It was just such an easy conversation. I loved all her theories, like things that we haven't thought about. And then she agreed with most of the stuff that she's supposed to agree with, of my opinion. So I was all good with it.
You're allowed to disagree with her, guys. I do it all the time.
You're allowed. I'll just tell you that you're wrong.
No. And then who winds up having the most stuff right during the year? Oh, that's right. Me. So who's really wrong?
It's not my fault that they write it wrong also. So,
or maybe they hear my theory and they're like, Shannon, that's really good. Thanks.
Then you need to be getting some writer's credit.
Yeah. But no, she had such a good question for us. Like, what gets us excited about doing the podcast each week? I have not really ever thought about that. It's just talking about GH. Yeah.
Right. And I think that we've talked about it before, like, just like all the other viewers, there's weeks that we're like, oh man, like, okay, we're obviously going to record, but there's nothing that I'm really excited about. This week wasn't the most fun. And then the next week, something else happens and that reminds you of why you love it so much. And then we're back to it. So
exactly. But yeah, so And I just love connecting with people too, like on the personal level. I mean, we've talked about this after almost every single fan spotlight, but just knowing what everyone else is doing throughout their days too, because, you know, we've said it now probably a million times, you know, there's the stereotype that soap fans are like delusional. There's that meme that goes around that you think I just sit around and eat bonbons and watch soaps. Right. And it's like, no, it's, you know, we are parents, we are spouses, we are doing all the crazy stuff. This is just our half hour to an hour a day that it's no different than anyone watching any other kind of show and being a fan of it. So
right.
We just happen to have the most longevity.
Exactly. We just have 60 years to go back on.
So we have proof that our show is the best.
There you go. I like it.
Everyone else is wrong.
Now you're sounding like me.
I know. But no, because mine is factual. It's rooted in fact. 63 years. Yeah, something's going right. But yeah, we would love to talk to you guys. You know, go to the website, generalhospitalpodcast.com. There's a link for the fan spotlight. Fill out the form and, you know, we'll get you scheduled. We'd love to talk to you.
I'm excited.
Me too. But join us on Monday as we recap this week's shows.
Have a good weekend.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review. And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.